Sir, kailan po next yung
Next,
seminar?
wala pang ano eh, wala pang ah, ano tawag doon, wala pang ah, date na of the meeting. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
ano po, maganda po sir, ganun po kaya gawin natin dun sa video para alam din po ng mga kaklase natin na
Mm-mm.
panoorin po nila yung collaboration natin.
Oo nga, oh, kasi as YouTube ano ni Mary Kay, no. Sige, pwede, 'di ba? 'Di ba? Ano ba idea mo, Mary Kay? About?
Po sir, yung sabi niyo po na interview, pipili po tayo ng mga
Okay.
questions.
Alright, para at least I can help you, no, if ever you have questions, 'di ba? Ikaw na bahala. Alright, 'di ba? Pwede, 'di ba? Mm. Para at least I can also help you, no, in terms of especially now in online, 'di ba? Mahirap ba online? 'Di ba, Lay? Oo, 'di ba? Anyway, sige. Diana. Alright. Alright, sige. Oh, dito na si Lay, no? Si Lay pala ay BSA 2A pero nasa 2B ka, 'di ba, usually?
Oo nga, sir eh. Okay lang ba yun? Kahit
Oo.
dalawa minsan natin ako dun sa
Yes, okay lang.
280.
You can attend both naman, no? Kahit kayo, pwede din
Okay.
naman. Alright.
Okay
So,
po, thank you po.
alright, sige. Today, I will discuss about activity-based costing. Parang continuation siya of what we discussed in the job order, especially in terms of accounting for factory labor. 'Di ba? Ano nga yung ginawa natin when we compute for the factory labor? Yeah? It is basically based on applied factory overhead, correct? How do we compute for the factory overhead applied? We compute first for, hindi na naalala,
Predetermined
predetermined
overhead rate
overhead
po.
rate. Very good. The formula is estimated factory overhead cost divided by estimated annual activity or the cost driver. Diba? So you have now your predetermined overhead rate. To compute for the applied, we multiply it with the actual cost driver or the actual annual activity. All right. So, sir, how about the activity-based costing? All right. Today, I will discuss about the difference between the two, traditional costing and activity-based costing, and identify the steps now of the development of it. Bakit nagkaroon ng activity-based costing? Pwede naman tayo mag-compute ng traditional costing using the predetermined overhead rate. Yan. Also, identify the activity cost pool no, in activity-based costing, and identify also the cost driver in the activity-based costing. All right. Sige, understand the limitations and benefits of the activity-based costing. So, ano yung mga pros and cons of the activity-based costing? And also the value added and non-value added activities. So, later I will discuss also about what are the value added, no? Yan. And also understand the hierarchy. Yung GIT is to be discussed after this, di ba? Parang we have GIT system. All right. Wag na to. All right. As discussed a while ago, what we compute for traditional costing is using the predetermined overhead rate. All right, so basically you have your overhead cost, at the same time you have your product or services, diba? So in terms of the overhead cost is we use no we use the direct labor, right? Unlike direct labor and direct materials, they are all no be traced to the specific product. Meaning, ano nga yung uh, uh, ano natin, computation natin when we do direct materials and direct labor? When we compute for manufacturing cost, it is based on, Darren, it is based on anyone.
Ano po yun, sir?
How about in terms of your direct materials and direct labor in computing for manufacturing costs? Uh, Balik tayo sa dati. Oh. Di ba? It is based on estimated or actual?
Estimated po.
Estimated ba ang direct materials and direct labor?
Actual, sir.
Actual. Very good. Direct materials is charged to actual. Direct labor is charged also to actual. How about overhead in traditional? It is based on Khalil.
Estimated, sir.
Estimated amount. As Marikay discussed a while ago. It is based on predetermined overhead rate. You multiply it by the actual cost driver to compute for the applied factory overhead. That's why you have your total manufacturing cost. Manufacturing cost is to be close to your work in process, then work in process to the finished goods, and finished goods to the normal cost of goods sold. Why normal? Because you have your actual overhead, actual materials, actual direct labor, and applied factory overhead. And we adjust for we add under applied and we less over applied. And we have now your actual cost of goods sold. Yun yung traditional costing, di ba? As discussed, no? Last week. Okay? All right. So ito na yan, sinabi ni Khalil, no? Predetermined overhead rate, we use direct labor or machine hours. All right. And also what we did, di ba, as you noticed, no, our cost driver is usually direct labor. Kasi nga traditional costing, pwedeng maliit pa yung company natin. All right. Yan, direct labor is your overhead cost and charge to the product if it is traditional costing. How about activity-based costing? Ayan, direct labor pa din is used, no? Appropriate when the direct labor constitutes significant part of cost correlation. All right. All right. The question is why we need to have new costing system? Why we need to shift to activity-based costing? Okay na yung applied factory overhead. Okay na yung estimated overhead. Maybe because of number one, advances in computerized system. Diba? Technological innovation. No? Hindi habang buhay manual tayo. No? As time goes by, we will shift now to the higher accounting, di ba? To the higher computerized system. International competition, automation, no, have changed the manufacturing environment drastically. That's why direct labor for them is not parang irrelevant na in terms of computing or in terms of computing for the overhead, no? That's why companies now continue to use plant-wide determined overhead rate using direct labor. Kaya ngayon, ano ba ang ginagawa ngayon? Hindi na direct labor hours, but now machine hours. Kasi may mga machine na. And also, in terms of activity-based costing, machine hours may not suffice as the sole plant-wide, no? And also, you have also multiple allocation bases. So, later, the first step in terms of the activity-based costing is to compute first or to know first the activity cost pool. All right. Activity cost pool is basically we should identify them so that we can also you can also to identify or to compute for the activity base rate later. No? Because of that, we have now activity-based costing. All right. So far question. Wait medyo
Sir?
question. Sige, Marikay.
Sir, kunwari po sa board exam, ang tinanong po, compute for the cost of goods sold. Normal po ba na cost of goods sold yun or actual?
Normal.
Pag silent.
Normal. Pag silent, normal yun.
Okay po.
Lalo na pag given yung applied overhead. So safe kayo if ganyan, no? Pero kung tinanong is cost of goods sold. Pero usually given naman normal cost of goods sold or actual cost of goods sold. Right? Again. Activity-based costing. What do you mean of activity-based costing? You allocates activity cost pool. You should identify activity cost pool and assign them to the product. All right. Then Also, you identify the activity. All right. So activity and any event. Wait lang ha. I will just turn on the aircon. Init. All right, sorry. I just turn on the aircon. Mainit na. All right. In terms of activity, so kaya nga tinatawag na activity-based costing because you have your activity. Okay? So activity is any event, action, transaction, work sequence, no, that causes the incurrence of cost in the production. So first thing to do in the activity-based costing is to look for the activity cost pool. All right. Sige, later para maintindihan natin. Also, you have your cost driver. Okay? So cost driver is any factor or activity that has direct cost. So as you notice later, sabihin nyo, sir, parang parehas lang ng computation ng traditional saka activity base. Yes, same na same lang. Pero what we will do now is to divide them na based on the activity cost pool. Alright, later. Activity-based costing. First is to allocate the cost to activities. Alright. The reasoning behind this is that ABC cost allocation is simply products consume activities and activities consume resources. Alright. Kasi nga, sabi nila, we assume that we have a lot of activities no, in each product. Yan. Activity-based costing. There are two stages. You allocate them based on activity cost pool. Later, we will identify cost pool. Then after that, we assign them based on the cost driver. Ano yung formula to compute for overhead rate using the estimated, diba? Estimated overhead cost divided by estimated cost driver. In the activity-based costing, same na same lang. Kaya lang, ito ay based on per activity. Sample ba ako dito? Hopefully I have sample here. Wait. Alright. Not all products or services share equivalent activities. No? The more complex the product, operations, correlation, yan. I think may sample ako. Ito yung sample natin. Alright. Go back first with our traditional costing. What is the formula again to compute for predetermined overhead rate? Diba? Estimated overhead cost divided by, let's say, ito yung cost driver natin, total. Divided by cost driver, you have your product. Correct? Take note in terms of the activity-based costing. Let's say you have here 1 million. Yung 1 million mo dito ay to be classified as PO ba yan, setting up ba yan, machining, assembly, inspecting, painting, supervising. Alright. So meaning, ilalagay mo siya in every activity cost pool. Alright. Take note it is only a review on your part. Tama ba, Khalil? Review lang to, no? Or alam niyo na to? Tama ba, Marikay? It is a review?
Sir, hindi po masyadong diniscuss.
Hindi masyado ma-discuss.
Lesson.
Alright. So, and then after that, no, it is to be divided based on the activity cost pool. Alright. Ano yung applied? DMUSD applied. Alright. Sige. So this is the cost driver. And all of this are to be also to be allocated based on the product. Alright. Again, in the traditional costing, you have overhead divided by cost driver. And the activity-based costing is based on per activity. Diba? Yan, ordering of and receiving the materials. You set up the machine ba, machining ba, you assembly, inspecting, painting. So, para maintindihan, San Miguel. So, ano yung aming activity cost pool? Pag dumating yung bote Yan ay ini-inspect. So, inspecting. Alright. Then, yan ay chine-check ng aming mga parang mga bottle washer. Yan ay parang manually check, parang checking. No? Yan ay nilalagay sa bottle washing para mahugasan. So, washing. Then, yan ay magiging bottling. Okay? So, magiging beer na paboritong beer ni Mary Kay. Ano ba ang favorite beer mo, Mary Kay? Red Horse?
Ayoko po ng beer.
Hindi ka uminom ng beer. Alright, hindi ka uminom ng beer. Red Horse daw. Red Horse daw. Alright, so after that, yan ay nilalagay mo ng bote, ng tansan. Yan. So, yun yung activity mo. Alright. So, yan yung activity mo na nilalagay mo as part of the overhead cost. Alright. Then, after that, it is to be divided based on the cost driver. Yan. Alright, sige. So far, so good ba about activity-based costing? From the word itself, activity. Yan. Alright, next. Illustration of traditional costing versus ABC. Diba? Atlas Company products or produce two automobile anti-theft devices. The boot and the club. The boot is a high volume item, totaling 25,000 units annually, while the club has 5,000. Both product requires 1 hour of direct labor. Again, go back to traditional costing. What is the formula? Estimated annual overhead cost divided by annual cost driver. Ito yung cost driver natin. So, 900,000 divided by 30, you have 30 pesos as part of your predetermined overhead rate. All right. So as you notice, so let's say 40 pesos is your materials, 30 pesos is your direct labor for both. No, sorry, for boot and camp. Boot 40, club is 30, direct labor niya is 12 given ha. Ito yung 30, yan yung kanina na kinumpute natin. Alright, so in terms of additional costing, unit cost is 82 and 72. Also, take note of this amount ha. 900,000. 900,000 is the total expected annual operating cost. You divide it by your annual direct labor, which is your estimated. All right. Again, take note of 900,000. Okay. How about the activity-based costing? Anong gagawin natin? First thing is to look for activity cost pool. Kanina, di ba? Activity cost pool yon, number of POs, machining, inspecting, yan. Number 2 is to identify the cost driver. Ano ba yung nagko-cost niya? Ano ba yung cost driver mo in each activity cost pool? Let's say, inspecting, number of inspection, di ba? Setup, number of setup. Or, ano pa yung isa? The PO, di ba? So, sorry, the receiving, so number of PO. So, depende, no? Alright. After that, you will assign them to the cost driver. Okay? Sorry, you assign them based on the product using the cost driver. Alright. Identify the activity cost pool using the activity-based costing. Alright. Take note. So in this atlas, you have setting up machining, and inspecting. Alright, di ba kanina, we have 900,000 as our estimated overhead cost. Di ba? Naalala nyo? Lay? Di ba? So,
Yes po.
ano ginawa natin sa activity-based costing? Yan ay tina-charge natin or binibase natin sa different activity cost pool. Sa Atlas, nag-identify ng 3 activity. Setting up machining, and inspecting. So, let's say, out of 900, bigyan natin sa setting up machines. Yung 500 naman sa machining and 100,000 sa inspecting. So, bahala kayo, okay? So, in terms of allocating your overhead. All right. Next, identify the use of activity-based cost activity in the activity-based costing. All right. So, as you notice here, diba, we identify first activity cost pool. Next is to identify the cost driver. All right. Cost driver here is Setting up machine, it is number of setup. Okay. Machining is number of machine hours. Inspecting is the number of inspection. Out of that, ito na yung number mo. Okay? 1,500, 50,000, and 2,000. So, paano yun, sir? What you will do is to compute first for activity-based overhead. Alright, ano bang napansin nyo? Parehas na parehas ba siya sa pag-compute ng predetermined overhead rate?
Yes po.
Yes, Marikay. Very good. The same lang siya. Kaya lang, ito ay based on per activity. Per activity. And you have, hindi na siya predetermined overhead rate, kundi tinatawag na activity-based overhead rate. Estimated pa rin to, expected pa rin to. Kaya lang again, per activity and per activity. Understood ba? If you are observant, di ba? Yan. Alright. Let's say, di ba, given to. Let's say, ito yung kanina, di ba? So, 300,000, 500, 100. You divide it by the cost driver. Same na same lang siya sa traditional costing. Okay? Ito ay, sabi ni Marikay, it is based on per activity. Okay. 300 divided by 1,500, 500 divided by 50, 100,000 divided by 2,000. So you have 200, 10, and 50. All right. So far, do you have question? Before we go to the other. Okay.
Sir, clarify lang po.
Okay.
Pag sa traditional costing po, ang basis po is direct labor. Tapos
Yes.
pag activity-based costing, based on various
Yes.
activities
Yes.
po.
Correct. Correct. Pero
Thank
depende
you
rin
po.
ha. Kasi depende sa condition. Kasi baka sabihin based on machine hours din, kahit traditional costing. So, be careful with the condition then.
Right po, thank you.
Sorry kasi bumili ng ano, iced tea, ano yun? Milk tea, no? Hindi na malamig. Alright. After that is look for the expected cost driver. Di ba? Given na to, and ito kanina. Okay? So, out of 1,500 daw, saan yung 1,500? Di ba ito yun? 1,500, 50, and 2,000. Ito yun ha. Ito yung cost driver mo. Out of 1,500, 500 sa boot, 1,000 kick lab. Out of 50,000, 3,000 kick boot, 20,000 kick lab. 2,000 naman, 500 key boot, and 1,500 kick lab. Alright. So, paano yan? Di ba ito yung kanina? Di ba? Okay, boot muna tayo. So, key boot, 500, 30,000, and 500. Ito yan ha. Yan. Di ba kanina we compute for the activity base rate, which is 200, 10, and 50. Saan to galing? Ito yung kanina ha. Yan, 200, 10, and 50. Alright. So, paano yun? Just multiply. Okay? So, multiply it. So, you have 100,000, 300,000, and 25,000. You add all of this, you have 425,000. So, magkano ang ating unit produce? So, given to kanina, 25,000. So, magkano yung overhead mo? 17 pesos. So, si boot, ang cost niya, in terms of the activity-based costing is at 17 pesos. Alright, how about the club? So, ito yung kanina, given din to. Ito ay na-compute natin kanina, di ba? 220,000 and 1,500 and to be multiplied by 20, 10, and 50. Ito ay given. Okay? So, you have 95. 475 divided by 5, you have 95 pesos. Alright. So, as you notice here, the data shows that the under ABC overhead are shifted from the high volume product to the low level. Kasi yun nga, because of the activity-based costing. Alright. So, in terms of this, as you notice, traditional costing, as computed a while ago, is worth 82 pesos. How about activity-based costing? It was 69. Traditional costing is 72, ABC is 137. Kung ikaw si Boot, anong gagamitin mo? ABC or traditional costing?
Traditional
Tradi-
costing.
Traditional ba?
AB.
Pivot?
ABC
Ay,
po, sir.
ABC pala.
ABC. Di ba?
Sorry.
ABC kasi?
ABC
Okay lang.
po.
Kasi mas maliit.
Opo, sir.
Oo. Very good.
Opo.
Kasi mas maliit. How about in terms of club? Di ba? Pipiliin mo ang traditional costing because of 72. So meaning, it would depends pala. No? Kasi the comparison of it is basically the traditional costing are distorted. No? The cost of producing the boot is overstated by 13. Di ba? Whereas the club naman is understated by 65. So overall, maganda pa rin yung traditional costing, 'di ba? Kasi 65 yung understated niya, 'di ba? Kasi 72 versus 137. So in the board exam, what you will do is just like you compute for computation lang. Pero in reality, if you are now working, you should analyze. We can still ba use traditional costing or ABC costing? So if you are San Miguel, for sure, if you are a big company, you should do ABC costing. 'Di ba? Pero kung maliit pa lang kayo, you can do traditional costing. All right. So far question. Ayan. Comparing unit cost. The difference in cost per unit are attributable entirely to how manufacturing overhead is assigned. Why? Again, it is basically based on per activity. All right. Likely, the consequences now of the differences is that Atlas has been overpricing. Yes, overpricing siya. The boot naman is possibly losing market share to competitors. Kaya mas maliit naman yung traditional costing mo. In addition, it has been sacrificing profitability by underpricing the club. All right, any questions so far about activity-based costing? Again, what is the formula? We identify first for activity cost pool. Tama? Number 2 is identify the activity cost driver. You can now compute for activity-based rate. Diba? Activity-based rate is to be multiplied by allocation, no, based on the cost driver. Ano na yan? That's your expected, diba? Sorry, that's now your overhead rate. Sorry, overhead cost. Okay. Yan. So far question about activity-based costing. Malinaw?
Yes po.
Alright. Next, limitations and benefits of ABC costing or ABC costing. Okay? Sorry, AB costing lang. Kasi pag ABC costing, parang activity-based costing, di ba? Alright. Benefits of ABC. More accurate, yes. Why? Because you identify more cost pool. Diba? You utilize all the cost driver, diba? By merely only one pool. Okay? ABC leads to enhanced control over overhead. Okay? So they become aware of the responsibility, diba? What else? Benefits, no? ABC leads to better management decision, diba? Yan. So record keeping, score keeping, you allocate them based on the activity, be able to better understand the cost. Okay. Kaya lang, ano naman yung limitations niya? Cons. Okay? Napakamahal nito, no? Expensive. Diba? Kasi ikaw ba naman, ang trabaho mo lang ay mag-identify ng activity. Alright. Some arbitrary allocations continue. So, even though more overhead costs can be assigned directly to the product, certain overhead costs remain to be allocated, diba? Based on arbitrary volume-based cost drivers. So meaning, it is basically based on the the volume, not anymore based on the activity. Yan. Pero konti lang yung limitations niya, okay? Alright. Kailan mo plano na mag-shift to ABC or activity-based costing? When the product line differ greatly in volume. Yan. So, let's say, ang laki ng volume mo. Yan. Product lines are numerous, diverse, and require differing degrees of support services. Ang dami, no? Manufacturing process or number of products has changed significantly. So, dati ang produkto mo ay red horse lang. Ngayon, ang dami na. Diba? Question. Akala ko, sir, mag-shift ng ibang course. Ano yan? Ano yung Alvin? Mag-shift? To switch.
Sir, sabi mo po kasi kanina mag-shift sir eh. Natakot ako.
Mag-shift. Mag-shift na ba kayo?
Iba ata sir yung yung naririnig kong continuation ng pagkatapos ng shift.
Alright.
Sir, ready na daw
Bakit?
po si Darren.
Bakit? Gusto niyo na mag-shift sa ibang course?
Ay, hindi
Si
naman
Darren
sir.
daw
Hindi
po,
naman
sir.
sir. Hindi. Mahal na mahal namin
Si
dito
Darren
sir.
daw
Itin nga
po.
sir nakapag-submit na ng form eh.
Ganun. Sabihin ko kay Miss Mariel, no? Alright.
Opo, sumbong ko po yan.
Alright. Next. Production of marketing managers are ignoring the provided system, no? So, from traditional to activity-based. So, yan. So, yun. Kailangan nyo na mag-shift sa ibang course. So, ito yung reason. Anyway, hindi naman. Anyway, when to switch to ABC again. So, if you have installation of new product, innovation, decision making, yan. Kaya pag kayo naging manager na, no, you need to be cautious, no, in terms of transferring, no, from traditional to activity based kasi medyo mahal siya. All right. So far, any question about activity based costing before we go to activity based management? All right, none. All right, differentiate between value added and non-value added. All right, activity based management. So ito ang extension siya ng activity based costing that focuses on reducing cost. So parang ano siya, parang Six Sigma, yeah? You reduce costs and improve processes and decision making. That's why ABM is to have value added and you have your non-value added. All right. What do you mean of value added? So it increased the worth of the products or services. They involve usage of the related costs. Value added activities are the functions of a product. So ano yung mga value added? So let's say you are in San Miguel. So yung mga engineering design mo to reduce the cost is also part of the value added. Machining. So yon, assembly mo, painting, the packaging of your San Miguel product is also value added. How about inspection in San Miguel or quality assurance? Yan ba ay value added or non-value added? Inspection of San Miguel product before it will be sent or to be sold or to sell outside the plant or in the outlet. What do you think? By the way, only for San Miguel only, San Miguel Corporation. Value added or non-value added? If inspection. Anyone? Lalo na yan sa mga lalo na sa mga food and beverages company.
Sir, yes po.
Sige, Marikay. It is a
It is a value-added activity.
very good. Value-added activity siya. Kasi, sabi nila, bago ka mag-shift, bago ka puro shift, bago ka mag-sell sa public, di ba? Sino ang internal, sino ang internal customer mo? Di ba dapat? Yung employee mo. Okay? So, meaning inspection dapat is a value added in terms of food and beverages. Pero sa ibang company, ito ay non-value added. Kasi it added cost, no, to the manufacturing. 'Di ba? Yung iba, it is a non-value, but in food and beverages, it is part of the value added. Why? It increased the worth of the product or services to customers. Alright, non-value added, kabaliktaran, no? Of course, it will not add to the value or increase time spent, no? the product service without increasing the market value. Kasi notice, nandito yung inspection, di ba? So in some other, it is part of the non-value added. Kasi lalo na yung just in time, di ba? Kasi in the just in time is you remove the inspection kasi we assume na yan ay okay na. Why? Because it will add or additional cost if we have inspection. All right. What are the non-value? Repair of machine, storage of inventory, moving of materials, maintenance, inspection are all non-value added activities. Okay? Ayan. So identifying, labeling activities as value added or non-value is part of the analysis operation. All right. Not all activities labeled as non-value are totally wasteful. So hindi naman lahat pala as labeled as non-value are wasteful or eliminated. Alright, yun nga, di ba sabi ni Marie Kay, inspection is a non-value added from the customer's perspective. Di ba? Pero few companies would eliminate them as quality control. But in the food and beverages, it is a value-added activity. So in the board exam, depende sa questions, right? Yan. That's why, in terms of the value-added and non-value added, the parang pinaka-main objective here is to minimize. To minimize the non-value added. Why? It is parang motivation mo to minimize them as soon as possible. That's why you have your continuous improvement or system improvement. Alright, maybe I will not discuss this kasi yung hierarchy kasi it is for the higher management. Eh, pwede naman unit level, batch level, product level, facility level. So, I will not discuss this anymore, no? That part of the activity-based costing. Just in time to be discussed next week, okay? All right. So far question. Ito na lang. Activity-based costing in the service industry. So, may activity-based ba sa service industry? Okay. Although initially developed and implemented in the manufacturing, ABC has been widely adopted in the service. No? O ano yung overall objective of the ABC in the service? No? To identify activities that generate costs and keep them track of those activities and perform for services has been rendered or that's been rendered. So meaning, you identify first activities. For example, si Marike, CPA na. Diba? So, ano yung mga activities mo? Mayroon kang consulting. So, of course, to have your client, telephone call from your client, di ba? Then, you perform services, then, you collect cash. So, yun. Identify your activities. Okay? After that, no, yes, activity cost pool, same then, cost driver then, and so labeling value added and non-value added is a time to reduce or eliminate them as also valid in terms of the service industry. Kasi ito kasi is to reduce cost or to minimize the cost, di ba? Yan. Classifying activities based on unit level. So kanina, di ba? So overhead, sabi nila, ABC is difficult in the service industry is that larger proportion of overhead are facility level. Kasi nga, wala kang product, di ba? Product level, facility level. Alright, ng oras na. 8:25. Alright, questions so far about activity-based costing. I will give you sheet work about activity-based costing to be uploaded later or tomorrow, ha? Alright,
Sir,
wait lang,
yung
ha?
sa Finman po,
Wala pa ba akong nasend?
wala pa
Wala
po.
pa. Sige. Later. Alright. Pasensya na. Medyo busy
Sir,
lang.
tuloy po po ba yung assignment?
Yes, tuloy pa yung assignment.
Okay po, thank you.
I will upload it later. Okay? Wait lang. May nag-message sa akin si Jaylen pala. Baka makalimutan ko. Jaylen. Wait lang, ha? Discussion natin Wednesday. Alright. Sige, if none, Any questions so far, Miss Dayaw? You learned ba about activity-based costing? Sarap ng buhay ni Jermaine, no? Yeah. Nakahiga ka ba? Nakahiga? Hindi. Alright. Question pa? Hopefully you learned. Mariel, question.
Wala po, sir.
Wala. Janina. Kasi nga it is part of your review. Alright. So, kung wala, expect that I will upload this later. Okay? Okay, ito yung BB. Alright. So, I will upload it later. No? And then you're also the recording of it. Alright. So, if none, thank you very much and hopefully you learned. Medyo ano tayo, medyo maiksi lang para at least yung lesson natin ay ma-absorb nyo. Wag yung napakahaba na discussion. Irvi, question. So almost 1 hour lang pala tayo ngayon. Alright. Wala. Sige. So if none, see you all on Friday on the financial management. And we will continue to discuss about cost of capital naman. Hello? Wala kayong comment. Alright, so if
Hello po,
none,
sir.
alright, thank you very much and good night. Kain na kayo. Ay, gutom na ako.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Alright.
sir.
Sige, bye-bye.
Thank you po,
Bye.
Sir
Sir.
Rolfo.
Alright,
Thank
sige.
you po.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.